Hey everyone, this is Rob from Adeptus Psychonautica, and I just wanted to give you guys an update on something I've been working on for quite some time now. I've shown this before on my channel. This is my kind of homemade passion project, which I call a Chrysanthescope. And it's this Chrysanthescope that's generating all these kind of holographic, 3D, sort of trippy visuals that we're seeing right now. There's no filters or special effects going on here. These are all coming from this object called a Chrysanthescope. The name Chrysanthescope comes from the famous Terence McKenna quote, where he talks about crossing over the boundary between this world and the DMT realm. And just before crossing that boundary, this kind of spherical object coalesced together and then exploded into hyperspace and propelled him through into the DMT realm. And he called this the chrysanthemum. And so when I was putting this object together and we started seeing these patterns emerging, that was the first thing that jumped to mind. So the name kind of stuck. It's a Chrysanthescope.
And then these colors begin racing together, and it forms this mandalic, floral, slowly rotating thing, which I call the chrysanthemum.
The object itself is made out of mirrored acrylic. It's laser cut and laser etched with, it's got the logo of my channel on it, and there's some 3D printing to give it the finish on around the edges. The way the Chrysanthescope produces the patterns is that you move a source of light up and down each individual side, and each one has different kind of patterns or ways of letting the light in, and that reflects all around the inside and produces these different effects. And as you move the light up and down the different sides, it brings the sort of the pattern forwards and backwards and creates this 3D effect. It's really spectacular. It doesn't do it justice at all to try and capture it on camera. The reason I'm doing this update is that I've been working on this for quite some time now, and the last time I showed it, it was just a prototype. But this is now pretty much the finished version, and I wanted to share it with you guys. First of all, just to show you where I'm up to with it, because I'm extremely proud of it. I think the visuals that this thing produces are amazing. I can spend a long time just staring into it. And also, if you guys are interested in having one for yourself, then we're now opening up and taking orders on these things. So if you're interested in having one, you can just contact me through my email address, which is in the About section on my channel, and we can give you the details from there. The actual costs for each Chrysanthescope are starting at €85 plus the shipping costs to wherever you are. I've got a previous video where I went into a lot more detail regarding the manufacturing side of it, so if you're interested in that aspect, go and check that out. I'll link it above. But yeah, otherwise, if you've got any questions or feedback, just leave them in the comments below, or you can drop me an email. Again, the email address is in the About section on my channel. And yeah, I will share some more details of this in the future, and I'm very likely going to be giving one of these away in one of my future live streams. So if you want to get your hands on one for free, just stay tuned for that. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I will leave you with the words of Uncle Terence.
The chrysanthemum forms, and you watch it for like 15 seconds. Well, then what happens is it like physically propels you through this chrysanthemum-like thing. And then there's this very defined sense of bursting through something, a membrane. And on the other side, and this is now, remember, my experience, on the other side, as you break through, there's a cheer. There's a whole bunch of entities waiting on the other side. And they, you know that Pink Floyd song, the gnomes have learned a new way to say hooray. Well, it's that place. It's those gnomes. And you burst into this space, and they're saying, "How wonderful that you're here. You come so rarely. We're so delighted to see you." And one of the things about DMT that's really puzzling is, in a sense, it doesn't affect your mind. In other words, you don't change.